Sit back, relax a little bit. Let me tell you a story. See if yours is anything like mine. Remember when I was a kid? So much better when I popped the lid. Feel the rap or open it up.
Exactly, listen to Shawnee. Right, and Cash Out's the easy way to get money transferred when you're out with friends. So hit up into that and then we'll get back to it.
He said, baby, jump in the back, boy. Tailgate crazy.
Tailgate crazy. What's up, guys? What's going on? What's going on? You know what it is. It's another episode of Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'm your bus driver, Cedric Green. I got the co-pilot, as always, Justin, with me. What up, Justin?
Oh, so excited. So ready to get into our second one. Way too early, but who cares?
Way too early, whatever. Hey, before you know it, it'll be way too late. So might as well jump on it now while we
I
can.
think free agency opens up next week, I think. And so we got to get ready. We got to get on the ground floor here.
Yeah, so we're just coming at you with our drafts. Just keeping you guys engaged, you know what I'm saying, throughout the football season, just keeping you updated on whatever it may be, you know what I mean? So every once in a while you're looking and thinking like, damn, what am I going to do on my team? You know what I mean? That's the goal. So like you said, we're coming at you again with a way too early. But it's already our second mock draft. So our mock draft 2.0 for 2025, that's what we'll be having for you tonight, guys. So 7 rounds for the Denver Broncos I'll be doing, and then Justin will be doing the Detroit Lions, just like we did last week. And who knows? Maybe we'll do this every Tuesday. I think
that'd be fun.
You know, we're kind of in the works. You know, maybe we'll be adding more
until the draft
teams,
happens.
You know? Exactly. You know, we're talking to Shawnee. Hopefully, get Shawnee on here with the Steelers. You know, or maybe we can get Mike on here with the Commanders, or TJ on here, even with the Steelers. So maybe we can get some more teams added to this draft as we grow, and that's you know that'd be cool.
Be wild.
Maybe eventually get like a full squad of teams doing some mock drafts. So all you guys out there listening, if you want to do a mock draft with your team, let us know. And we'll be happy to get you on here and get one going. Keep us posted. But yeah, guys, that's the goal for tonight. So like I said, thank you for watching. This is Fantasy Reports. All you people tuning in. Man,
don't forget to hit those little buttons at the bottom.
Yes.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the chat. Join in with us. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're here doing our mock draft, but we're here to talk football. And that's the goal. Like, man, this morning I put a post up on Facebook, and we'll talk about it after the draft.
That was wild.
Who is your sleeper pick going into 2025? Your way too early sleeper pick. So, guys, listen. Who is your way too early sleeper running back pick going into 2025? This thing blew up. I want to hear what you guys said, and we'll talk about that after the draft.
Chat. Let's see it.
Let's hear it. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead. Before we get
into the drill. You know what we do.
We're gonna go ahead and hit you with a promo, get you ready, get you focused, show you we're not playing. We're ready to get it going, rolling in 2025. Super, super hot, bringing in what you need. So yeah, this Fantasy Reports. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please share. If you're not gonna come in, just at least share. Share it with your mom, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your coworker. Tell your friends. Tell your coworkers don't show up at work if they don't come on the show and comment for you.
Don't even bother.
Yeah. So here we go. We'll get into it, but we'll get this promo really quick. Hang tight, guys, and we'll be right back.
My name is Anton Popoff, and this is my 6th year of college football. Training during the hottest times of the day is a recipe for muscle cramps, which is why electrolytes are so important. Hydration is crucial for my performance. Dragon Salt eliminates muscle cramps and boosts your overall energy level. Whether it's a weight room or field session, I fuel up with Dragon Salt beforehand. It's been a game changer for me, and it'll be a game changer for you.
Yeah, be a game changer for you too. Dragon Salt, man. I'm trying to bring that energy tonight. Keep it going. See how long I keep it going.
Absolutely.
Keep it flowing. I'm just ready for it, man. I'm super hyped. Like we said, we're doing a mock draft 2.0 2025, way too early for the Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. I'll be doing the Denver Broncos, and then Justin will be doing the Detroit Lions, right? It'd be kind of odd if he were doing
the Broncos. One pride.
Yeah, so
you guys still doing Let's Ride over there? Or you kind of dropped that after Russ left.
Hey, that's orange and that's yellow and black over there. We're doing we believe these days.
All right, you believers.
Yeah, we're believers. over here. So I do not believe that they will be drafting what's his name? Tez Bryant, what's his name? Bo's little brother.
Oh. I don't know.
His name Tez Johnson.
Okay.
He ran like a 4.5, 4.45 or 4.55 or
you
something.
still could use him though.
No. I don't know.
But no.
I don't got him in my draft.
As you'll find out not on Sed's mock draft.
I don't know. I don't think they should draft him, but I mean, it could be cool. You know what I mean? If they got, it's like 7th round, he's still there. Like, pick him up if you want to pick him up.
For sure. Do what you gotta do to eat them W's.
Right? Especially if it bring more chemistry, right? Keep your starting quarterback happy, I guess. But I mean,
absolutely.
I wouldn't go out of the way. I wouldn't try to pick him up in like the 4th round or the 5th round just because, right? Leave him.
You wouldn't want to do anything dangerous.
Dangerous. We're just now recovering, so yeah. We don't want to, you know what I mean, fall back into it.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Only moving forward with our teams.
Very true. Very true. But yeah, guys. So tonight we're gonna be doing the mock draft. You know how we did it the last time. We had all these videos and stuff. Won't be doing that tonight. We'll just simply
we don't need the belt tonight. Let's just keep it
right. We got like, you know what I mean, like over 50 episodes that without graphics, so we're good. We're bringing the facts, so we're bringing it for you guys. So we'll tell you why we got these picks and why we felt that we wanted to go with these picks. Just a little bit, and just, you know, kind of roll through it. So feel free to let us know if you're like, hey, that's not right, I don't like that, or I like that. Let us know in the comments. You know what I mean? Like, if you would go in a different route, or you have somebody else, let us know how you feel. We'd love the engagement. That's the goal. That's the goal. So you know how we do over here on Fantasy Reports. We're just trying to bring you players and keep you engaged and get you ready for the fantasy season. Speaking of fantasy season, we do have a few spots left in our fantasy football league over on the Sleeper app. So we do have that in the description. Hit me up. I'll get you an ad for that if you want to get involved in that. So yeah. So Justin, you know, and I know, you know, the picks are set up.
There's a disclaimer with mine. I kept it fresh. All new faces on this mock draft. I wanted to spice it up a little bit, but at the same time, keep noted that the combine did happen. So it moved people up the board. It moved some people down. And for other people, it just didn't move the needle either way for me. So that's where my context of where my board is at with this draft. Some names you'll recognize, other names you'll probably be like, who, what? And that's all the fun where you can go dig and dive like I did and see all about why I feel these guys would fit with the Lions.
Okay. Yeah, no, same. I think I got like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Mine for the most part is fresh, but it's just some I couldn't get away from.
Yeah. It happens.
Like,
it happens. When you get locked in on a guy, it you know, impacts your decision.
Right? So it's my draft, and I can do what I want to.
Hey, it's your bus. You can drive it where you want to.
Yep. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be definitely bringing that here. So we can go ahead and we can get right into.
You want to do a coin flip? You want to start off first?
Yeah, let's see a coin flip. Hold on. Hey Siri, what do you want? You call
it. Tails.
Do a coin flip. It's tails.
I'll defer. I'll take the ball in the second half.
All right. All right, guys. So rolling right into it. 2025, way too early. Mock draft 2.0
Broncos country
reports for the Broncos. First round pick number 20. We will be taking Matthew Golden, wide receiver.
Whoa, nice pick. Did he flash for you in the combine? What stood out? What moved him into your mock draft over Bond?
So, and last time I think I went with Bond. No, I don't think I went with Bond in the first round. Did I? Went with Judkins in the first round.
Oh, yeah, you went Judkins first round, but you went with Bond as your wide receiver, your first wide receiver off the board.
First wide receiver, yeah. And the reason this guy stood out was just this guy is freaking fast. Let me tell you. He ran
His times would impress you. What about any like his hands or his drill abilities?
Man,
What do you
this
think?
guy has a deep threat ability. Is what I think we feel like Marvin Mims should be as far as a deep threat play. So this guy, I think he is that field stretcher. I think he come right in, and like I said, I feel like he could challenge even Marvin Mims for that second receiver spot.
Or does he replace him in your opinion? If Marvin Mims doesn't take the step forward.
I don't know if he takes a step forward and replace him just because Marvin Mims is going to be that. I think Marvin.
Do you
Mims
trust in more Marvin Mims's performance from last year and taking that leap forward?
Yeah, he did because he definitely took that leap forward.
I agree with that. I like what I saw in Mims last year.
Yeah, so I think I'm not adverse Mims, but as far as behind Mims, I think it's kind of a big drop off between Mims and Vele,
where he could fill in.
Vele had a solid season, yeah, and where Matthew could come in and fill right in right away and kind of take that spot, especially not having a full-fledged number one tight end. So I think that'll help, kind of, because Cortland Sutton can stretch the field too. He's just not a speedy guy. So having that big possession receiver in Cortland Sutton and then having this big speedy guy and then having that big kind of miniature Deebo Samuel type receiver and Marvin Mims, I think that is some amazing weapons for Bo Nix going into next season.
Hey, the more weapons, the merrier. Because if I'm Sean Payton, I'm unlocking Bo Nix next season. I'm trusting him to put that ball in playmakers' hands and run it up the scoreboard.
Yep. And we saw
they ain't got no running backs.
Nope. So we got to throw it deep.
Throw it often.
Those 3 and 4 yard runs when we can. But I mean, you'll see. I think I caught a couple running backs in there too.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Maybe we got some.
This is just the first round, pick 20.
Yeah, and I see them getting Aaron Jones in the free, whatever. Hot take.
Hell yeah, my champion.
Yeah. Hey. All right. So yeah, that was my first round pick. First round for the Broncos. Matthew Golden.
I think that's a good pick. I think that's a great spot at 20. The only other thing I would probably do is go running back, but that Matthew Golden's a good pick there too.
Yeah. All right. Your turn.
I like what he did in the combine this weekend. He showed some flashes. He showed me some good potential there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so we got the Lions first round pick.
Oh, yes. Where I'm chomping at the bit. Where I want the Lions to get. And premise, guys, I didn't do any trades. I know when I think these mock drafts, all these offers come up, and some of them are juicy, some of them are whack, but I'm like, let's just keep it clean. Let's just keep it straightforward. No trades. Just play it raw.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I went with Jihad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama, out of the first round, pick 28. There's some hype building around him that some Lions players are putting whispers in front. He's a hybrid linebacker, edge rusher. He's got that flexibility to play multiple positions. He's played multiple roles on the defense in Alabama at multiple positions. He's just a freak athlete, and I think he's the type of player on the defensive side of the ball that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell love to have. He's a high energy, high motor, hard worker, and he's somebody that they can move around that line and in the linebacker position because, quite frankly, last year they found out real fast that depth is important and injuries can happen, and they need some people that could potentially be playmakers on the defensive side of the ball to disrupt and get to the quarterback. This year's theme for the Lions is disrupt the quarterback, get to the quarterback. And they're not necessarily a team that needs to be drafting of needs. I mean, that's why this is a linebacker. I think this is the best player available at pick 28, most likely. So going Jihad Campbell, the combination of some Lions players confidently recruiting him for Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell to take a look at, and the fact that he fits and checks a lot of the boxes that they're looking for and what they would be going after on the defensive side of the ball in the first round. I think this is a great pick for the Lions to go after at pick 28.
Nice. Yeah,
and he's coming from
man.
a big school, Alabama, so we all know what their defense and their team is about. So, he's got a lot of potential and possibly a high ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. Like I said last time, I mean, just these guys, and nothing against dudes at small schools. They all play. They're all more athletic than me. But you just know that these guys played against this high competition the whole time. They were trained against this high competition the whole time, and that's just what it is. Like, it's like, all right, cool, I'm with it. I've seen them do it, so I'm confident bringing them in, especially in those early
iron sharpens iron. You play at higher competition and forces you to be a higher ability.
Exactly. Like, and there are players that go to these smaller schools. You did have,
like the Genties.
Yeah. You see them all day and night and day, but they stand out when they do that. So, you definitely notice those guys. So I think that's a good pick, especially going defense. You guys, that was kind of your Achilles heel this past season, was your defensive middle. You just kind of were getting shredded up the middle and couldn't stop teams. You couldn't slow teams down. So, I think it'd be good to shore that defense up and with any way, shape, or forms you can in the draft would be the best way to do it. To kind of keep, because you're gonna have to pay some of these other guys, that. So, that helps.
If we're gonna be going up against the Broncos in the Super Bowl, we gotta get to Bo Nix. We gotta find a way.
Right? Exactly.
That's the goal here, guys. We're trying to get a Broncos Lions Super Bowl manifested.
That's what this draft is. Drafting for the Super Bowl, man. But yeah, all right.
Round 2 post break.
Round 2 post break. You guys know how we do with all our promos. We get it in, man. We're trying to keep these lights on over here at Shady Sports. So, guys, keep rocking with us. We do appreciate, those of you that are tuning in.
And feel free to let us know your first round pick in the draft you would like for your teams as we're coming out of this break. We'd like to hear it.
We'd love to hear it. Get it in the chat, and we'll talk about it coming out of the break. Hit that like button, hit that share button, please subscribe. Help us grow. Keep it going, guys. We'll be right back.
How are you? Bring them things. I call the plug. Bring them things.
That's money. That's cash out.
What up, guys? You know what it is. So yeah, we're doing our mock draft 2.0 2025. Way too early mock draft 2.0 for the Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. 7 picks. We're in the second round. First round pick, I went with Matthew Golden out of Houston, wide receiver, and Justin went with Jihad. What's his last name?
Jihad Campbell. Linebacker out of Alabama.
So that was the first pick. What did you guys think about it? How we do? Did we do good? You know what I mean? What up, Sam? Shout out, my brother. But hey, guys, moving on to the second round. Got the second round picked in. They just called it in, told me who it was. My pick. We'll see. People may not. They may. I don't know. I'm with it.
Where are you going here? What are you doing? Who's on the phone? What's going on?
Pick. I can do what I want to. So I went Isaac Tesla, wide receiver out of Arkansas.
Tell us about him. I don't know anything about this guy. He's kind of an out of the blue pick for me.
Isaac Tesla, he just kind of impressed a lot of people with his versatility and athleticism in the combine. This guy is very physical. He has a really good skill set that he can jump in, and I think he kind of fit in that group with Bailey and Franklin, as far as like with Bailey, we're having solid hands. He can kind of come in and be, physical, as in what we want, what we kind of need, because I don't think we really have a physical receiver outside of Sutton, really. And I don't know how.
I would argue Bailey is a little bit physical, but not as much as Sutton at all.
No, I think and Bailey, I see Bailey as definitely like the kind of the route runner. The hands guy. He's the consistent hands guy. He's there.
I'm impressed you went bold and double dipped on wide receivers right there.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of trying
to
fill
all
in
on
spaces.
offense?
well, you know, I'm just trying to get firepower for Bo Nix. You know, we don't have running backs, we don't have tight ends, so just kind of fill in where we can without having to go and trade and move up and do this and do that to get really game changers. So I was kind of, and I wanted to switch it up. You know what I mean? Like wanted to switch it up and see how it went, and yeah, just kind of add firepower in for Bo Nix.
Because in this league, it's a scoring league. It's offensive curated, so you got to keep up with teams like the Lions who put up points in bunches and put up points quick. So add more talented players to that mix to help Bo Nix out. That's got to be a confidence boost for him, knowing that you're giving him weapons to get the job done and take them to the promised land.
Right? Yeah, no, that's the goal. Like, it's just like, okay, well, we know we got Bo Nix, you know, we know he's the guy. So let's just build around him and let's see what he can really do. He already has the experience. He spent time in college, right? So let's see what he can do with the weapons. Let's just get right into it. There's no point. We already did freshman studies or intro to economics. Now it's just time to jump right into, you know, finance 2.0 or whatever it is. So get him the weapons, see what he got. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's perfect. Sounds like a good roadblock for me.
Yeah, so moving on. We got your second round pick.
Yeah, I took a player out of the same cloth that you got, a wide receiver. I went with Elik Ayumanor, wide receiver from Stanford. He was a standout wide receiver over there on the West Coast. He has connection ties to the Lions' new one of the new coaches they brought in. I think his name is Shaw. So there's some familiarity there. He looked really good in college. He is a good possession receiver, great hands, great size and frame. So he could fill in and be that big, not big, but like sturdy framed possession wide receiver, a lot along the lines of what Tim Patrick was for the Lions this last season. Now, the reason behind that pick and the motivation is, yes, you got to keep up the offense with the other teams in the NFC, and not only your division, but in the conference as a whole. And because the contract negotiation talks with Tim Patrick haven't been set in stone yet, they don't know for sure if they're bringing him back, they're letting him go. So this draft pick here, wide receiver in the second round, you're investing for the future and also getting a good talented player to develop and bring into your wide receiver core for hopefully the next handful of years that could really add a boost to the attack for Jared Goff and the remaining offensive weapons on the Lions offense.
Yeah, and like, you know, you don't have to.
He might not have been as flashy as Golden or as quick as Tesla, but he's got the core things you look for in a wide receiver that he does really well at.
There you go. No, I think it's a good pick. Like you said, you know, you guys got a good team anyway. You just really just kind of.
It's kind of like a luxury pick almost. Like just take the best player available on your board, and I feel like in the second round they got some freedom to do that. And if you guys end up taking Tesla, I mean, he's one of the remaining wide receivers on the board still that you like and have some familiarity with coaches there with that could be a good fit for the Lions.
Yeah, and I don't, you know, really, I don't foresee them taking Tesla. That'd be cool if they did. You know, I just, you know.
Then you know they're listening to you. Said they're like, yeah, we heard it on this show over here on YouTube. We're talking about this Tesla guy. Might want to take a look.
Yeah, I know. Cecil Lammy, he put it in their area. He's like, yo, did you guys see what Cedric said? He took Tesla in the second round.
Nice. Yeah. See, low key famous here, guys. Messing with some famous people. What?
All right, so moving on, we got the third round.
We're cruising along, already halfway through the draft. What are you guys taking in the third round? Let me guess. You went on the defensive side of the ball finally. You want to address some defensive player needs. Probably the linebacker.
I did not. I went tight end.
Oh,
Mason Taylor.
More offense, man. You're bringing tanks to this gunfight.
Yeah, man. I'm just coming out ready. I'm just ready to sling it around, just get points. We need points to keep up. We saw what the Eagles did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and we're gonna need points to keep up with the highest score in NFC. So we're just
They keep
bringing it.
bringing up that Miami Dolphins game tape, that 70 burger. They're like, we gotta do that.
Man, we don't care about that. That's so far in the wind. That was a different team. It was a different day. You know what I mean? They probably got it taped on the wall somewhere. Just
that one hurts. Like, even if, like, it doesn't matter how many years go by, you see a 70 burger on you, it's like never again. Never again.
Yeah. It's quite a bit. But hey, moving on. So that was my third round pick, Mason Taylor, tight end out of LSU. So I just think that I stuck with this guy. I picked him in the first one, and I just really wanted, like I said, I want to will this into existence. I hope they get a tight end, and I hope the tight end they pick is this guy, and I think he is a solid pick that you can get around the second to fourth round.
Like we were talking with Michael on Sunday, is like this guy just fits the mold of a prototype Broncos tight end. You know, he's going to be one of those top 3 tight ends that come into the league and maybe crack the top 10 in tight end rankings here in 2-3 years for fantasy football, which would be incredibly nice. And what better place for him to go with a nice young quarterback and a coach that's got a history with succeeding and producing fantasy relevant tight ends.
Yep, especially, he had, he had Taysom Hill, he had Jimmy Graham, he had, gosh, of course I can't think of any off the top of my head other than those two, but he's had solid, versatile tight ends. And I think this guy, he's a decent blocker, but this guy is definitely a field stretching tight end.
Well, you don't need about running block, and you guys don't have any running backs, so you're not going to be running the ball anytime soon. You just got pass block for both.
Exactly.
One thing, we don't have a running back. LSU has proven to get fantasy studs in the pass catcher positions. Like, they gave you Chase, they gave you Justin Jefferson, and now here's another guy coming out of college that could be potentially, a top 5, top 10 fantasy player in the future if you're playing dynasty or even in redrafts.
Especially in a day where we're starting to see a shift where these tight ends are coming in a little bit more prepared. You know what I mean? They're coming in a little bit more polished.
There has to do a lot in college still, and they're going to have to do a lot more and beef up for the NFL level because those are bigger boys out there, and there's bigger problems with that.
Yeah, so I went Mason Taylor out of LSU. I thought that was I just stuck with him.
Solid.
I think I picked him I picked him in like.
You think he falls that far though?
Round. Huh?
Do you think he falls that far, or is that somebody that you guys are like happy?
Well, I just think that.
Is it like a reach pick? Do you think, or?
I think he could probably fall to the second at least. I think there's just so many tight ends out there, that it is a possibility we could get him because there's a good bit of tight ends, and there's I think there's 6 or 7 tight ends at least ahead of him. Maybe a little bit better.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, you guys had a 3rd round pick, right?
Yeah, we got a 3rd round pick. Do you want to do it out of break here, or?
Let's get your pick in, and then we'll get a break in after that.
All right, cool. Well, I went with Big Blue here with my pick. I went to the Josiah Stewart, edge rusher, Michigan. Just a straight up beast. He's a dog. We watched him at Michigan his entire college career doing his thing. I think he's a Brad Holmes type of guy, a Brad Holmes type pick, and he fits the mold that addresses a need that the Lions have at the edge position. He's gonna have that familiarity because he's had close eyes on the Detroit Lions playing at Michigan and seeing what they're all about, and he was on productive defenses while he was at school there, and I think he's got all the attributes and metrics to be a successful pass rusher in the NFL. I think he'd be a great fit for the Lions.
Okay. There you go. And then, just again, shoring up that defense, man. I don't want to see Detroit getting more weapons. just keeping them relevant for years.
Oh, I do. Yeah, keep up
just
with those
stacking
Eagles.
it. But I can see them doing
And Commanders,
that,
too. I'm giving Commanders their flowers just as well because I think right now the top 3 teams in the NFC are the Eagles, Commanders, and Lions.
Dang, what about the Rams?
They're 4. But we're not doing my top 5.
Yeah,
overall.
we'll get into that.
Well, that's a different rankings list.
That'll
that
be
you
a
guys are
different
tuning in
day.
later on in the year.
Right?
But there's a sneak peek.
We'll get into that in a different day. But yeah, no. So, guys, that was it. That's our first 3 rounds. How we do? Hit that like button, guys. Jump in the comments. Let us know how we did. We had my first round pick, Matthew Golden, wide receiver out of Houston. Came out slanging, just a speedy guy. Then Justin came out, his first round pick, Jihad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama.
Just a defensive freak, a monster, and a game wrecker.
Then we went over to the second round. My second round pick, Isaac Tesla, wide receiver out of Arkansas.
Smaller
maybe
school,
too high, just
smaller
a dude,
name.
But I felt like
but those could be the sneaky ones.
Receiver, yeah, just a physical receiver that can come in and kind of eat up some red zone plays and play some special teams as well. And then Justin came in second round for the Lions with Ilek Iomanor.
Did just as well as I did. It gets me every time I look at it.
Like, wide receiver.
I want to say Eric, but
Ilek.
Yeah.
Hey,
I followed Ced's lead. He went
bro.
2 wide receivers, and I didn't want to be left out. I'm like, all right, come on. All right, I'll get one.
All right. Wide receiver. So, yeah, he went offense, wide receiver out of Stanford. So, then we came back to the third round. I was like, shoot, let's keep it offensive, right? So, I went Mason Taylor, tight end out of LSU, big tight end, field stretcher. And then Justin went Josiah Stewart, edge rusher out of Michigan.
I gotta keep that.
That was our first 3 picks, guys. You just love your defense, bro. You stuck with that defense.
I love my. You know me. I love my IDP. I love my defense.
Right. But hey, guys, that's our first 3 rounds. Let us know how we did. Jump in the comments. Let us know how you feel about it. Did we do good? Did we do bad? What would you change? Who would you pick for your teams in these first 3 rounds?
Yeah, come on,
we would love to see your draft picks. So jump in the comments, and then let us know so we can get that on the show. Other than that, we're gonna take a break really quick, guys. Get some promos in, and you know what to do. Hit that share button, please. Share this out with your friends. Hit that like button. Let them know that you like it, and then comment, engage with us, guys. We're all about that. So it's Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'm Cedric. That's co-pilot Justin, and we're doing our 2025 Way Too Early Mock Draft 2.0 for the Denver Broncos and Detroit Lions. We'll be right back after this promo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All you new guys tuning in, welcome in. It's Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'm your bus driver, Cedric Green. Call it the bus driver because this is the Mile High bandwagon, man. 303 bandwagon.
Get on it.
Right behind me.
Don't want to miss your stop.
Don't miss your stop. You're on the bus tonight, and we rolling, man. We rolling through the draft. Sometimes we roll around the block. Sometimes we drive around in circles drunk, right? But here on the bus, on the bandwagon, we rolling with what's hot. And what's hot right now is our mock draft. This is our second mock draft of the 2025 season, already way too early. And we're getting it going. We did our first 3 rounds before the promos. You guys saw, you fell back with us. How'd you feel about it? We'd love to see what you think in the comments. And we're just going to keep it moving. So yeah, keeping it moving. I got my 4th round pick for the Broncos. And that pick, we're going to switch it up a little bit. First, let me fall back. Yeah, so that promo, that was Shady Sports Network. So we are on Shady Sports Network. We've been around for a little while, about 4 years now, since 2020. just some little guys trying to keep a voice to the ones that want a voice or, keep sports free for you guys. So not only do we talk NFL, NBA like we do here on Fantasy Reports, but we cover alternative leagues. We have arena leagues, indoor football leagues, and sometimes semi-pro leagues. We cover basketball leagues. We got wrestling, all types of sports. So head over to ShadySportsNetwork.com and check it out. I'm sure there's something you'll find that you'll love and something that'll keep you there. And then head over to our YouTube page and you can see our playlist. I mean, we got over 50 episodes of Fantasy Reports. So just some really, really good information that we did all last season. And then we'll roll you into next season and get you going for your fantasy leagues. And then we also have our fantasy league that you can join. We got the description in the chat. You can check. You can hit me up a link for the football, and then you can just jump right into the basketball league, and we can get that rolling too. So that's a couple of things we got, guys. Just doing some housekeeping before we get back into it. So we're on round 4 of the draft, rolling in about halfway through. We got some offensive players. Justin got a lot of defensive players. Switch it up. Got a wide receiver in there, sprinkled in there as well. So I was like, hey, I want some defense too. So it's 4th round pick 120 for the Denver Broncos. I am going to go safety out of Texas, Andrew Mukuba. Andrew Mukuba.
Yeah, another Texas guy. Wow, you got a fascination there for those Longhorns.
Hey, those Longhorns came in and just took over the SEC, right? They came in and showed like, hey, we can hang with the big dogs too. So don't
you worry. We got some Bulldogs coming up here that are something to say about that.
Yeah, so Andrew, I felt like this guy just got some excellent range. We really do need a safety on our defense. I think we need the middle of that defense.
What's wrong with Moss? PS2.
Well, PS2 is a defensive back first and foremost, not a safety. So he's still on the outside, and it's just really, Moss is, a good story, but I don't think Moss is really. He's been a lockdown cornerback for sure. He has really held it down and held his own. But I think we need a safety over the top too to kind of help out and make so they're not having to do everything. I think there was a strain, and that's why we saw better injuries last season. This guy, he has really good. He's an athlete. So he can cover. He can, help out in special teams. I think this guy can come down and cover a run and get those blitzes in and just kind of play all over the field. He's that guy that you can kind of put anywhere in the secondary and just let him go. So with the 4th round pick, I went Andrew Mukuba, safety out of Texas.
Sounds good to me. I mean, it feels like it'd be a great fit for the Broncos.
Yeah. So, and moving on. Tell us about your 4th round pick.
13 picks later. Lions back on the clock, back on the board, looking at things, seeing at the values we got there. And in the 4th round here for the Lions, another luxury pick, I would say. Not necessarily a full-on need, but someone that can address some depth for that Lions. And it could be somewhere that in case of injuries pop up again, he could fill right in, be a presence there, and make an impact. And that would be Howard Cross III, defensive tackle out of Notre Dame. I understand they didn't have the greatest. Well, ultimately, they lost in the Natty game, but it happens. The body of work, though, is there. He's been a great run blocker, run stopper for the Fighting Irish in his college career, and I feel like adding him to the Lions would be an effective move for them to shore up some depth there on the defensive line to create some reinforcements in case of emergency. But given some development and some time and working with those coaches there in Detroit, I think they could unlock and untap another tier, because Sed knows I like my tiers of Howard Cross's game. Take him to that next step.
Yeah, man. And then, you and your defensive line, man. That's I promise. Like,
I'm gonna be doing it all off season. That's what I've been that's the theme this year is you just gotta pass rush.
Yeah, because you guys that's what really held you
back.
We're
in the hospital last year. That's what happened. We were in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not against it. I am not against it at all. Definitely shore it up and make sure it doesn't happen again. I think that's the best thing you can do when you know you have the pieces in place and that they're coming back. So, nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right,
The lines of the Dallas Mavs of injuries.
Ooh, talk about the Dallas. Ooh, we'll talk about that.
Ooh, spicy.
We'll get there. We'll get that in. I mean, I think we'll have some time where we're rolling. So
Yeah.
moving on. Few
What do you have, a
picks
fifth
later,
round pick?
No fifth round picks. So we got to.
Neither do us. We got rid of that. We're like,
yeah, no fifth round pick.
Get out of here.
So we got the 6th round picks. 6th round pick. We got a lot of them. So yeah, Broncos, they're early 6th round.
You want to go through both of yours? Both your 6?
Yeah, I can do that.
And then I'll do both my 7s.
Well, I got 3 6s, and you got 3
Oh,
7s,
damn.
right?
Go through all of them, man. Because I got,
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what do you have? 1 6 and 2 7s?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So, all right, I'll go through all 3 of mine, and then we'll get to yours. So, yeah, my first early one, pick 189. I was like, all right, let's get back to it. So I went with the guy. I felt like,
defense?
I feel like our defense is defense. Our defense is decent. So I felt like what we need is what we need, man. So just kind of trying to shore up again, get some more weapons for Bo Nick. So I went tight end, Jake Browning-Stool, tight end out of Clemson, ACC.
Damn, we're gonna be running 2 tight end sets there in Denver. What's up? What's going on with that one?
We're gonna be running 2 tight end, 3 receiver sets, empty backfield.
We don't need no running backs in Mile High, all right? We just got Bo Nix.
We got
you
the
gotta
altitude,
sling it
man.
60 times.
Hell yeah. Just toss it up Madden style.
Oh, yeah. His Madden rating's going to go through the roof this year.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm trying to beat some people online.
Dude, yeah. If you want free wins, come to this guy because I'm definitely a Madden scrub.
All right. So, and then, so I was like, all right, we still got these picks in the 6th round. We can come and kind of do some things. So you still get some okay picks in the 6th round. So I was like, maybe I'll switch it up. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I will take a
You're taking a luxury pick here? Just, shooting for the moon?
Hey, it's shooting for the moon. I felt like we could kind of bolster up and add some depth. So I went defense, and I went for an edge rusher and Josh Joyner,
I'm listening.
edge rusher out of Auburn.
Nice.
Yes. So I went Josh Joyner, edge
what
rusher.
What a big body boy.
Big body dude. This dude has speed too, man. This dude, his first step he's quick. He is quick. So he just needs a little bit of
SEC
time.
product.
Yes, as most of my players are. I don't know. I just grew up in Florida, man. I got an affinity for the SEC. I see what they do, and they get down. So,
you destroyed your Gators once or twice, and now you got a bone to pick with them.
That's another reason I didn't want to show highlights either. I was like, I'm not showing highlights. They run all over the Gators and stuff. Like, what am I doing right here? Can't do that. Nah, but I thought, big body. I thought this guy just, really has a lot of potential as an edge rusher. He just has a get up and go motor, man. This guy plays through the whistle and just plays and plays and plays, and you see him just turning his feet, man. In which he's
fairly healthy too, correct? He wasn't off injured in college. He played majority of the games.
I didn't look into his injury that deep, but I would imagine, if you get as good as
that's good. That's what you want to stay healthy.
All right. So I got.
You got one more. Yeah, one more. You said you got 3.
I got one more of them things flying through, man. One more of them things. All right. So my last 6th round pick for the Broncos. I felt like was a luxury pick. So I was like, I'm gonna do what I want, do what I will do. And who cares?
You're gonna get a running back set. You guys need a running back. You gonna address the running back position?
I did. I took a running back.
Hey.
I went down, looked at my boys at the Florida Gators. I went with Montrell Johnson, running back.
There you go.
This guy just has agility, his vision, man. He's super versatile. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. But he's a dynamic runner. This guy has speed. He has elusiveness. I mean, he's what? I think he's like what?
Is he a pass catching running back?
He's a pass catching running back.
We gonna catch some Bo Nix passes.
Man, he's gonna be a mini CMC for us if we get him. So I can see him in those short yardage, especially having these other guys, those big receivers, the speedy receivers, having those big stretching tight ends. Man, just opens up for this guy to come in and catch some screens, some bubble screens, some short outs. Just kind of drop. Be Bo Nix's safety blanket off of his safety blanket when the tight ends cover. So So I went with Montrell Johnson, running back out of Florida. That was my 3 6th-round pick. So Montrell Johnson, Jaw Joyner, and Jake Brenningstool. I think that's a solid 6th-round.
That's solid, man.
Yeah, you kind of cover all your bases and get that free edge rusher in there too on defense. Kind of add some depth. I would have liked to maybe add some depth to the offensive line, but maybe we'll address that in the next draft. We'll see what else.
You never know. There's still time.
Never know, guys. There's still time to get some more mock drafts in, like we said. So
but I noticed that, and I think both of these mock drafts, you haven't addressed the offense. You're not going to protect your boy.
We got like the 3rd best offensive line in the league. He is protected. So we got a luxury of not having to really focus.
Let's just hope the injury bug doesn't come nipping at the Broncos.
I wouldn't mind getting any depth. So
I know all about that. I shook that bug off of Detroit. I was like, here you go. Go down to Colorado and play with the Broncos for a while.
Oh, man. You know what? You say all that.
Send them back over to the Raiders.
We're going to take a promo real quick and get that.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect. No respect.
Tell him, Ronnie. We're going to get that stank out of our mental and come back fresh, and we'll hear your last 3 picks. So, guys, we're going to take a promo really quick. All you new people to tune in, Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network.
Welcome.
I'm your bus driver, Cedric Green. He's the bus driver, Justin, the co-bus driver.
I'm just eating my lunch here. I'm enjoying my music. I'm just hanging out, waiting.
Hey, we got 2 steering wheels tonight. But you are watching Shady Sports Network on YouTube, X, Facebook, wherever you guys are. It looks like a bunch of you are on X. Hit that like button. Tell us what you see. You know what I mean? Tell us how you feel. Tell us how we're doing. You know what I mean? Share it out to your friends. That's it. That'd be really amazing if you could hit that share button. But first and foremost, please let us know if you like the show. We'll keep it rocking. But anyway,
we like you. We'd like it if you liked us.
Yeah, right. So keep rocking with us, guys, and we'll be right back after the promo.
Hey, check out this guy's giant head. It's like a big apple on a little stick.
Sit close, but not too close. With StubHub, choose the right seat for you.
Yeah, you all big heads out there. Don't be sitting right next to me.
Get your tickets. Let's see you at some Lions games. Let's see you at some Broncos games. If you do,
get us some tickets.
Code. Save some money.
Send them to us. It's like buy a coffee, buy a ticket for us. Send us to a game. We'll tell you how it was. Anyway, guys, we are doing our mock draft way too early, but it's cool.
Seth blew through his all picks. His whole draft's done. He's sitting. He's watching. He's waiting to see what the rest of the boards look like.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, my pick's good. I feel good about it. I'm with that, right? First pick, Matthew Golden. Second pick, Isaac Tesla. Right? But I watched.
Hey, you never know. You could be a sneaky steal.
Hey, which you probably should have took him later. But anyway, Andrew Makuba, Jake Brenningstool, Jaw Joyner, and then Montrell Johnson. I feel good about that, though. I still feel it's a good pick. Maybe next time I'll try to hit on every single one, but I still feel really good about that pick. Can't complain.
No, my philosophy is if you like your draft, I think you did good.
It's good. It is what it is.
Because there's no worse feeling than coming out of a draft and you're looking like, man, there's a couple guys here. I probably shouldn't have done that.
Right? Yeah, you don't want to do that at all.
So I got none of that here over with me. This is the end of the draft coming up, last 2 rounds. And with pick 198, I had the Lions taking a Justin Wally cornerback out of Minnesota. Another piece that he's a middle of the road defensive back. He isn't stellar or, by any means, but he's not a scrub either. He's just somewhere that I feel that with the proper development, the proper mentorship, and some guidance in the NFL system, he could be a successful defensive back playing behind some of these star players in the Detroit secondary, and he could really learn a lot behind a Terrion Arnold, a Brian Branch, a Carlton Davis if they retain him. He could be a good volatile piece for the Lions and be something that where I could see them moving on from a Kendall Vildor type to make room for him on the team roster at the start of the season would be an upgrade for me at that position, and I wouldn't mind doing it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, I think that'd be the first pick that wouldn't be like a luxury pick.
Mm-hmm. I think that'd be more of a need. I agree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to wait about 40 more picks, and then in round 7, pick 230, I addressed the offensive line for my team, and I thought, you know what, we need to keep Goff upright, and we need to protect this man. And in case of any moves in free agency, like if the Lions don't bring back a Kevin Zeitler, if things get shaken up there, you might want to add another younger piece. So I went with Xavier Truss, offensive lineman from Georgia. He's a bulldog. And he's just, big body person mover. We would clear some lanes out for Gibbs and Montgomery. That'd be great. And he'd probably do some good pass blocking for Goff out of the play action and be someone that you could not necessarily be forced to put into work right away because of how well that offensive line already is and how relatively young they are. And he could develop properly under that system and eventually be an effective rotational piece on that line, which finding in the late rounds, like the 6th that was my 7th. Yeah. Never mind. We're 7th round pick. Finding the 7th round, the investment versus return is proportionate enough to where I feel like you take that shot and see if it works. Because if it doesn't, you didn't invest high draft capital in a dude. And if it does work, well, you just add some more, sauce on your dish for how well you're drafted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then my second, 16 picks later, I had to double dip. I know I took a page out of Sed's book, and I went with another Georgia Bulldog here. Hey. SEC, we got a theme here tonight, and I went with Nazir Stackhouse, defensive tackle. I felt like this would be a good pairing behind already taking Howard Cross in the 4th round. Have these guys have some competition in the offseason through training camp, going into preseason, give them a little healthy competition, see what both these guys can do up against with the already pre-existing defensive line there for the Lions. And I think he'd be a great fit, a great mold. He's a hard worker. He's a strong presence up there in the middle. And I feel that rotating behind Ali McNeil and DJ Reader, that he could be a force to reckon with given Aiden Hutchinson that help much needed on the defensive line so he can get to the passer. And as said, showing you here, this is my 7 picks for this mock draft for the Detroit Lions. Kind of brought it all over the place to start off defense, went offense, defense again, and stayed defense until the end with an offensive player. But I kind of rounded it off. I got a little something at every position, and I felt that overall, majority of these are luxury picks for Lions and not necessarily all entire needs at the moment based off where these guys are going. I think the pick that I like the most out of this draft where I got him was Josiah Stewart, the edge rusher out of Michigan. I felt like in the 3rd round, it would be a good spot for them to take. It'd be good value for him at where he's being drafted or proposed to be drafted on mock draft boards.
Yeah, so you feel really confident with all these picks? Is there any that you're like?
The one that I don't feel is the Wally one because I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to his ball, what he's been doing, or know where he would fit in with the team. Because if the Lions do bring in Carlton Davis and they do sign like a Darius Slay or a big name veteran in the offseason, where he would fit into that rotation. Taking him, I was more or less I had picked him in this mock draft thinking that the Lions don't make a splash in the secondary on defense. I felt that they make a splash somewhere else on the line on defense for free agency. So That would be my one questionable piece. Not solely on talent, but just more so where he would fit in.
Yeah.
Because I don't like burying people on the depth chart, especially rookies. So kind of like demoralizes them in a bit, and then also it makes you feel like you as a Lions kind of reached on a pick, which is never a good thing. But I do think he could be a great player if he is given the opportunity. I mean, we saw the Lions last year with their secondary having to be forced into play early on with Terrion Arnold and others. It's trial by fire sometimes.
Yeah, that is true.
And with that concludes our 2025 2.0 mock draft in the NFL for our Detroit Lions and Denver Broncos. Again, let us know what you thought of the picks, what you thought, your feedback, and if you have your own 7-round mock draft for your teams, feel free to throw up on our socials or in the chat here. We'd like to go over with you, add some fuel to the conversation. And if anything else said, where we headed from here?
So yeah, no guys, that was it. Mock draft 2.0, 2025, way too early. Let us know how we did, guys. Who had the best squad? I mean, how would you grade these drafts? I would love to hear how you guys would grade these drafts out and what your thoughts are on it. As we just continue to bring you our mock drafts and our rankings as we build up into the new season. And hopefully get you guys associated with these players, right? So when you hear them, you're like, oh yeah, like, dang, that's what those guys on Fantasy Reports talking about. You know what? I'm gonna draft this guy. I might pick this dude, right? So that's just the thoughts behind that. Yeah, man. I guess let's just take a promo break really quick, and then we'll just kind of live update. I mean, Timberwolves are just smashing the 76ers right now.
Do you want to go over any NFL news before we get out of here? Or?
Yeah, we'll look and see some updates and some NFL news. I think there are some updates, some crazy trades. We'll talk about that real quick. Right. So we do. I guess we have a bit of news from the NFL that we can talk on. So we'll get into that.
Stick with us, guys. We appreciate it if you're tuning in, and look forward to seeing you on a break.
Yep. So go ahead, guys. Hit that like button, hit that share button. All you new guys, it's Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. So keep rocking with us, and we appreciate you guys rocking with us. And yeah, like you said, jump in those comments. Let us know how we did, guys. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So get that in the comments, and then we'll catch you on the flip side. We'll be right back, guys. Keep rocking.
Recently, I started using electrolytes to stay hydrated for my workouts and constant traveling. Trust me, dehydration is no fun, and I started using Dragon Salt to avoid headaches, cramps, and brain fog. Their formula uses pink Himalayan salt and the best forms of potassium, magnesium, and calcium to cover all bases. I love that it's naturally sweetened and has 0 sugar. Overall, hydration gives you more strength and energy, which is why I make it part of my daily routine now. When I drink water with Dragon Salt, I can train harder, I stay sharper, and I definitely feel more energized. For whatever mission you're on, stay hydrated with Dragon Salt.
Stay hydrated with Dragon Salt, guys. Use our code Shady Sports for 10% off whenever you go to Dragon Sports or dragonsalt.com. Yeah, guys, just some NFL news around the league. Man, Saquon Barkley
locked up. They got him.
The highest paid. They did something that you have not seen done, I think, kind of ever in the NFL since like Chris Johnson. I think Chris Johnson ended it. But anyway, Saquon Barkley becoming the highest paid running back in the NFL, the first running back to make $20 million per year on a 2-year deal, $41.2 million contract extension with the Eagles. I mean, they just paid Jalen, right? You know, who else do they have to pay now? They have to pay some guys on defense.
Yep. If they so choose.
Yeah, I think because they have a little bit of time left on Smith still, Devontae, and then I think AJ because they paid him when they traded for him, right? What was that, like 2-3 years ago?
So was that 2023, 22?
Yeah, it wasn't 2. Yeah, so I think he has like a year or 2 left on his.
Okay.
So I don't, hey, this is the time to do it. The guy just took you to the Super Bowl. You guys just won a Super Bowl. You might as well
and
get him.
Kudos to the Philadelphia Eagles organization. You brought a guy in to get you there. He got you there, and you pay him. Like that's how it's done.
Worst case scenario, he's not as good next year, and then you move on. So So I'm not mad at that at all. I like to see that. That's cool they did that. It's kind of rubbing it in the Giants' face. Like, see what you did. See what you should have did. You would have been paying them. You would have been paying them 14 to 16 million, maybe, if that. It's getting the same production. So, hey, who knows? More contract extensions. Brock Purdy. The 49ers offered Brock Purdy $45 million per year. That would make him the 13th highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Did he take it?
It just doesn't say he took it. It just says they offered it to him. So.
If you're Purdy, do you take that deal? Or are you looking at the state of the 49ers organization and be like, okay, we got rid of Debo, Christian McCaffrey's a question mark, and Brandon Ayuk's a question mark. George Kittle is on the tail end of his career. Got a couple of years left in it. Where do you see as Brock Purdy wanting to stay there in the long term, or see if he can find a more lucrative place for his career somewhere else?
Well, I mean, where is he going to go? He was Mr.
Raiders?
Irrelevant. He was Mr. Irrelevant. Where do you think the Raiders are going to pay for Brock Purdy?
I would take Brock Purdy over Cam Ward.
After Jimmy Garoppolo, didn't they just take Jimmy Garoppolo and it didn't work out?
But looking at this draft, I would take Brock Purdy over Cam Ward. I'd take Brock Purdy over Shedeur Sanders. I'd take Brock Purdy over Jackson Dart. I'd take Brock Purdy over Jalen Milroe.
That's why the 49ers are going to re-sign him. They'll probably give him a little bit more. He'll probably be around 47, 48 million.
Yeah, this
you won't get the 50.
Quarterback class for 2025 is really affecting the free agency market for quarterbacks because teams are going to take a harder look at the quality of quarterbacks coming out in this draft, and they'll be like, you know what, we're just going to pay these vets, pay these guys, bring them in because we know what potentially we can get out of them would be a lot better off.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess. The Jets released Devontae Adams. Would you take Devontae Adams on the Lions?
Abso-friggin-lutely.
Right?
Line him right in where Tim Patrick was. Have Tim Patrick be the fourth wide receiver 4.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. He's probably number 1 in that offense.
Tim Patrick? I'm flattered.
Devontae Adams. Adams
it would definitely be a threat, man. I mean, you got J-Mo, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Devontae Adams. Like, whoo-hoo-wee.
What do you do?
Let Jared cook.
Too many targets.
Yeah. What about if he went over Denver way for Bo Nix? It would switch up your mock draft here. You'd probably be reconsidering taking those 2 wide receivers.
Right. Yeah, no, I wouldn't take those 2 wide receivers. They'd probably move on from Cortland Sutton, quite honestly.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably.
But props to the Jets. Aaron Glenn coming over there, establishing his own culture, cleaning house, being like Aaron gone, Devontae gone, Alan Lazard. You can seek out a trade. He's really trying to put his own. He's trying to put his own furniture in his own house, and I respect that.
Yeah. What if Garrett Wilson comes out and he's like, "I want to trade"? That'd be wild.
I think he was looking for an extension from the Jets. He gave him like a price tag, so to speak.
Yeah. Dang, I'm just looking at this report from Adam Schefter on Brandon Ayuk. Adam Schefter says, quote, "With the financial situation that the 49ers are in, they're open to listening on just about anybody. If there's a team out there that's willing to take on Brandon Ayuk's contract, I'm sure we're listening." That was before Ayuk was traded, I take it.
Oh, I mean before he got extended?
Before he got, before he got extended. Well, I think that's now, actually.
Oh.
It is now. That was 5 hours ago. So I think, and I heard that somewhere too, they're saying, like he could be on the way out. They're just kind of
Dang.
clearing out because there's some good receivers coming in the draft as we see. You know, like you can kind of see up and down the draft. Any round you can get a really talented receiver that does what these guys do. For lesser
Well, I
money.
think said you got to think that's got to make Brock Purdy take a pause and really think like, do I want to stick around, San
No, I
Fran?
think it makes him think like, oh, can I really build something that's actually mine? Can I actually
Okay,
have
that's a
something
really good way to think about it.
and prove that
Certainly.
it is him, right? Like,
Mhm.
you know, I guess you can look at it either way too, though, for sure.
Yeah, but we're both good in their own respect.
All right.
Got any other news for us in the NFL, or is that pretty much?
Man, I got a little bit. I got some more. I got a couple more things in the NFL we'll touch on, and then we'll move on to what people want to hear about, right?
Your Nuggets?
So yeah,
They
they play tomorrow actually.
Oh,
so, yeah,
wow.
The Rams traded offensive lineman Jonah Jackson to the Bears for a 6th-round pick.
Former Detroit Lions offensive guard going to the Rams last year in a deal, and now is getting on his way back to the NFC North in Chicago over his former offensive coordinator in that who shall not be named.
What's up with the Bears getting all these former Lions?
Because they jealous. Hate us because they ain't us.
The Jets gave Adam Lazard permission to seek a trade. Could you see Adam Lazard?
Nah, I'll pass.
No, yeah. All right, one more. The Vikings. The Vikings.
If I'm the Lions, I'd rather invest in a Cooper Kupp than Alan Lazard.
Yeah, he's not really relevant fantasy. But the Vikings are not tagging Sam Darnold. So
that's a big one. That's what I was waiting for you to get to. What is the quarterback situation going to look like for the Minnesota Vikings? Said you're the GM. What's
McCarthy? You're rocking JJ McCarthy. It's a new age. It's a new wave, man. It's happening right now across the NFL where there's that shift. You see the new school. So unfortunately, Sam Darnold's not part of the old guard, but he's part of that.
But at the same time,
guard.
What this tells me is the Vikings trust in the system they have built here to put any quarterback in that position to succeed and work it there, and they're willing to let Sam Darnold, despite what he did for them last year.
That's what they knew before he's coming in. They knew that's what it was. He knew that's what it was too. Like, regardless of what happened, he was going to move on. Like, they drafted JJ McCarthy for a reason.
They revitalized his career, and now he's going to go attempt to get a bag somewhere else.
Yep. So
good stuff.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it's hard to do it. Unfortunately, no one can foresee it. That's what you want to happen, though, right? You want all the people you bring in to hit, right? Like, so it's like, hey, I'd rather have that problem than the Mavericks problem. So,
for sure.
You kind of take what you can. You kind of take it as it goes, right?
That's the NFL, man.
That's the NFL. That's how it be. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for the NFL right now. You got anything you want to touch on?
Not a whole lot. No, just keeping an eye to the ground here with the results from the combine and seeing, just gearing up for what possible craziness is going to happen when free agency opens up.
Well, hey, let's switch it up to NBA. But before we do
after this break.
Yeah, like he said.
Good luck, everyone here. Oh my Lord, who is this? Joe Burrow! Joe Burrow! AFC North smoked it right here, baby. Fanatics, authenticated Joe Burrow on the speed, incredible hit, going to Alpha Wolf. Congratulations, Alpha.
Yes, guys. Breaks GPT. Head over to their website, get some sports memorabilia and card breaks. They send you these mystery boxes, so it's really cool. You can hit them up all their social medias. You see it right there. Use that code Shady5. Get a discount on their really cool stuff.
Do it now.
Yeah, go do it. Go do it. Just do it. Yeah, guys, we got Just a little bit on basketball, nothing too serious, but we do got the Timberwolves.
Yeah, because your Nuggets have the night off, get another day of rest before they go play. You want to give us a preview? What's the competition looking like this week?
Yeah, so the Nuggets are playing, and you guys got a back-to-back.
I know.
But Nuggets are playing the Kings tomorrow, which should be some tough competition. So another playoff bound or play-in team at least. And Joker's questionable right now, so something that's kind of being watched. See how it goes.
If that's the case, how do you feel they match up for tomorrow night?
Hey, hopefully.
Hey, I like that. I keep forgetting his name. That young guy.
Brown.
No, NECA.
Najee.
Yeah, okay.
Najee is that perimeter stretch big, just like Joker.
Yeah.
He's just not as bulky as Joker, I guess, right?
Well, when you got the Joker on your team, everyone else is just small, you know.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, gearing up for that. There'll be a good test because we haven't been at our best against the top teams. They're not one of the top teams, they're still playoff teams. So it'd be cool to see how they stand up against them with or without the Joker. But right now he is questionable.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you guys got a back-to-back tomorrow too. So you're standing on that East Coast. You're playing the Hornets.
Oh, nice. Gotta love that matchup. Take care of business. Now, it's a game that I've been preaching since day one on here. Those are the games you have to win. Take care of business. Don't play around with your food. Do what you gotta do. Take care of inferior teams and come out healthy.
Come out healthy. Speaking of healthy, man, Kyrie.
Oh, no.
Man.
Pour one out for that dude.
Right? Out for the season. ACL.
That was sad. It looked nasty when it happened, and props to him for putting up the free throws too after the injury, and hopefully speedy recovery for that guy because he's a great player to have in the NBA.
Yeah. I guess they got some good news. I mean, Charnia came out and said it's not out of the realm of possibility that that one game we saw Anthony Davis was the last time we see him this season. So maybe I guess if they make I guess they made a deep run in the playoffs, which they're not making a deep run without Kyrie. And maybe if they had Kyrie, they probably could.
It's gonna be a lot harder path, but I feel with this impact of this injury to Kyrie that the Mavericks slowly slide out of the playoff push come the end of the season.
Yeah. Oh, and not to mention Daniel Gafford, the guy that they picked up too in that trade, is out for 6 weeks.
Yep. So looking good for the Mavericks for the prospects the rest of the season.
Yeah. Who you got for MVP so far?
Really? You think you know, Sid. I think you know. My boy Anthony Edwards, man. I think
he's not even in the running.
Hey, to me, he is in the running. For sure.
Put up 51 points.
That's okay. So Anthony Edwards is bouncing his head off backboards and hitting clutch threes. So
man, it's crazy to think that SGA was an afterthought. He was just a trade away player.
Yeah.
He was just a trade away player, and look at him freaking running it right now. Looking like what Ja Morant was supposed to be.
Yeah, because with the injuries the Timberwolves have been sustained to Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle and Mike Conley and other players in and out of the lineup, that the steady Eddie there has been Anthony Edwards. He's been available. He's been putting up performances. I mean, not as flashy as maybe an SGA or others of that ilk, but he's still doing what he needs to do on his team to put him in the best position to make a playoff push and be a pivotal player on the court night in and night out.
Yeah.
Who do you feel Joker. MVP?
Joker.
Oh, you can't do that. Come on now.
Dude, second. His past 3 games is second in rebounds. Or third in rebounds, second in assists, fifth in points. In the past 15 games. He is the only player to rank in the top 10 in points, rebounds, and assists.
Bottom line, we love our team. We love our team.
Bottom line, numbers
We
don't
love our
lie.
players.
Numbers don't lie. He's carrying a team. Who else?
Score just went final.
What you guys got? Like you was won by 40?
112 to 126 Timberwolves over the 76ers.
Yeah. Is Anthony Davis? I don't think he's even in the MVP running. Unfortunately.
Oh, not anymore with his injury. No, I wouldn't imagine so.
Yeah, and getting suspended. You can't get suspended and be the MVP. I don't think.
Oh, come on now.
I don't think an MVP has been suspended before.
Fine. You know what? Fine.
I don't know, man. Yeah, so guys, that's all I got for basketball news.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's okay. It happens sometimes. It's really low key week so far. Nothing too flashy happened. Nothing too, fast and furious. It's really ho hum off season right now with the NFL. We're just cruising through the combine. We're getting closer to the NFL draft and gearing up for that training camp and OTAs post draft. And we'll keep you informed. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, updates, injuries, deals, and what have yous of the NFL. And at the same time, playoff push is coming for the NBA. So we'll get you up to date with all the standings, all the scores, highlights, any injuries that may or may not occur, and what our fantasy teams are looking like for the NBA from week to week. I know we posted ours up for this week already, but we'll keep coming at you through the rest of the remainder of the NBA season. And we look forward to you guys keep tuning in with us every Tuesday and Sunday. We'll be here to keep you, entertained and informed. So feel free to, when you're up tuning in with us live, to chime in with the chat, keep this conversation going, add a little something to it. And outside of live, we got a whole back catalog on YouTube you can check out, which is real fun. And keep the conversation going over there on our Discord server and the channels for fantasy football and basketball and what have you over there. We have a flavor for everybody, something anyone might like, all across the network. A lot of great shows to check out amongst ours. And over there on Facebook, we were said keeps it fresh with all these posts, keeps you, top of the game, keep you up to date and informed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my team of the week next week is going to be Elder Statesman team.
All right.
Because, they're, man,
Young Bucks
LeBron and Steph out there playing, man. These older guys out there teaching these young bucks how to do it.
Yeah. I look forward to your team next week.
Yeah, I didn't get the graphic posted for my team this week, but I do have the team.
It's okay. They're young bucks. They got to earn it yet. They're still young. They're not there yet.
It's in the Facebook group, actually. So if you guys head over
to
it
is? Okay.
Reports. Yeah, we got both hours in the Facebook group. And then I put a poll with it. So yeah, guys, you can go check out and see in that poll, see both of our team of the week. So yeah, my team, my point guard Max Christie. Oh, I changed out my shooting guard, Christian Brown. Small forward Quentin Post. Power forward Bobo, and center Zach Collins.
Nice. So, that's still a stud lineup. That's good.
That's
good to me.
Lineup. Yeah. I try to keep a homer player in there.
Gotta. Not Strother, though.
Yeah.
At least not yet. He's not living up to his expectations at the moment.
No. At the moment, at the time, we'll see one day.
What do you think, Seth? Do you think it's time to say goodnight to our lovely community here, our bandwagon faithful, our bus riders?
Dang, it's good to see.
Or you got one more promo lined up for us before we get out of here?
Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a Shady Sports promo and really
got it.
And then we'll get our last words in again, and we'll actually, yeah. Let's see.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Yes, y'all. You saw it. Head over to ShadySportsNetwork.com or Shady Sports Network on any and every social media that you're on. You'll find us.
All of them.
All of them. Any of them. I promise you. We're there.
Also, you know what? I think we forgot to mention it, but feel free to check out our merch store, everybody. We got gear for you. Gear up on us.
Yeah, check it out. And I'm pretty sure that's in the description as well. So you should be able to see the link to that in the description. If not, head over to ShadySportsNetwork.com and you'll find the merch store.
Multiple sizes, multiple style selections or colors, what have you. Whatever you wear, we got.
Yeah. And if not, we can get it.
Yeah, feel free, yeah.
So I think we'll make it happen. So yeah, guys, you find all those links. Like I said, you find the sleeper link in the descriptions. You can find the merch store, Shady Sports Network. You can find other leagues, other coverage, articles, interviews, and other live sports on our YouTube channel and all our social media channels. So keep rocking with us, guys. It was a pleasure.
Had a blast tonight. That was a great.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, it was cool. I thought it was a pretty fun. It was a little quicker than the last one. And I felt like we still covered the needs that we needed. I thought they were both pretty solid drafts and pretty legit. So guys, let us know what you thought. You can find those drafts on the X page and the Facebook group. We got those posted up. So let us know what you think and grade it out. Let us know how we grade it.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I look forward to that. Humble us.
Let us know we should. Yeah, for sure. Be like, hey, this sucks. I know, a couple picks were a little wild, but hey, that's what we're doing this for. Get it, keep it going. So, yeah, we're just here to bring you fantasy reports, NFL, NBA, sports talk. So come chat with us, guys. Come engage with us. Jump in the chat. You can catch us live every Sunday, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here on Shady Sports Network. So we'll be bringing you sports. So you guys just bring us the eyes and bring us.
Like Anthony Edwards says, bring your ass, we bring you sports.
Yes. And like Lil Wayne said, close your mouth and let your eyes listen. So we'll get it to you.
There you go.
So yeah, guys, keep it up and keep rocking with us. And if nothing else, we good. I think we'll have a good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you Sunday night. We'll have our way too early rankings coming out Sunday, so look out for that.
Stay tuned.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.